Act 4, Scene 2 begins with the Capulet families planning for the upcoming wedding, which is taking place the next day. Capulet is giving his servants one of the guest lists and asking him to find 20 cooks for the wedding feast tomorrow. And this bit is meant to mirror the comic relief that we saw in Act 1, Scene 1, when they're initially planning for the feast. But we'll skip on down to where Juliet enters. See where she comes from shrift, that's confession, with merry look. How now, my headstrong, where have you been gadding? Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behests, and am enjoyed by holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here to beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforth I am ever ruled by you. So Juliet says that she has just come from confession where Father Lawrence told her to ask for forgiveness. We know that that's not true, but she's really just saying what she knows her dad wants to hear. Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning. So that's important. Today in the play is Wednesday. And remember, they're getting married Thursday morning. That's going to be their wedding. And Juliet tells the truth in this instance. She does say that she ran into Paris at Friar Lawrence's church and gave him what becomed love I might, not overstepping the bounds of modesty. We know that she kind of talks circles around him, not really saying that she loved him, but not outright rejecting him. Juliet is just trying to create this balance within her family because she knows that soon she's going to be running away with Romeo. Why, I am glad on it. This is well. Stand up. This is as it should be. Let me see the county. I, Mary, go, I say, and fetch him hither. Now, afore God, this reverend holy friar, all our whole city is much bound to him. So Lord Capulet is saying that Verona owes Friar Lawrence thanks. This is an ironic bit of wordplay because Lord Capulet thinks that Friar Lawrence is convincing Juliet to apologize to him and marry Paris, and we know that that is not what is happening. So we're seeing some dramatic irony here. Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort some such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow? No, not till Thursday. There is time enough. Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow. So Lady Capulet says, no, you don't need to go right now, but Lord Capulet overrides her. And then we'll skip down to Capulet's lines at the bottom. My heart is wondrous light, since this wayward girl is so reclaimed. And then we'll move right on over to Scene 3. It's another short one. Aye, those attires are best, but gentle nurse, I pray thee leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which thou well knowest is cross and full of sin. So 2 things are happening. She's asking the nurse to leave her alone tonight. Again, that's what Friar Lawrence asked her to do, because she's going to take that potion. And then we're also getting some lines related to our theme of fate. Juliet believes that fate is against her in this moment. I want the heavens to smile upon my state, which, well thou knowest, is cross and full of sin. So she wants things to get better for her. And then Lady Capulet asks if she can help. Juliet says no. And then we get Juliet alone. And this speech is packed with lots of important lines. We see a lot of Juliet's anxiety making this big decision to pretend to be dead. It's a crazy plan. She's going to pretend to be dead, hopefully get buried in the Capulets' mausoleum, which is an above-ground grave, and then Romeo's going to come rescue her. But we see Juliet still has some doubts. She says, "Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life." So we have a death imagery already. Lots of figurative language in this section. "I'll call them back again to comfort me." So Juliet has a almost change of heart. She wants to bring the nurse back because she's nervous. But ultimately she says, "My dismal scene, I needs must act alone. Never mind, I'm not going to call the nurse. I'm going to try to do this myself." "What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning?" She's worried it won't work. "No, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there." Her knife. "What if it be a poison which the friar hath subtly ministered to have me dead? Lest in this marriage he should be dishonored, because he married me before to Romeo." Now she's worried that the friar might have poisoned her. "I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man." So she's saying, what if the friar is actually trying to poison me because he doesn't want to get in trouble for performing 2 marriages for the same person? But then she says, no, that's not what's happening. He's still a holy man. I'll be okay. And she moves on to another worry. "How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo had come to redeem me?" There's a fearful point. "Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes?" So she's worried that she'll suffocate in the tomb. "Or if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night?" Death and night, this is more of our imagery. "Together with the terror of the place as in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for this many hundred years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed. Where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud." She's scared of all the dead bodies she'll be around. "Whereas they say, at some hours in the night, spirits resort." Oh, she's worried the ghosts are going to get her. "Alack, alack, is it not like that I, so early waking, what with loathsome smells," imagery, "and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad? So she's worried that the smells and the sounds might make her go mad, go crazy. Environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefather's joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and in this rage, with some great kinsman's bone, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo, 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 here's drink. I drink to thee. So we end with her worrying that Tybalt's ghost is going to come after her and Romeo. But ultimately, Juliet does end up drinking the potion that Friar Lawrence gives to her. And that's where we end with Act 4, Scenes 2 and 3.